Cut these off. It's going to give more air supply to the bottom of the plant. And basically, eventually what you end up with toward the bottom of the plant is all you can see is the fruiting stems.
Yes, so we've got our stem, and we've got like 6 or 7 tomatoes right here.
Yep.
And
see, now we can see them.
Yes.
And they're going to get more sun. They're going to have more airflow around them.
Lots more airflow.
Yeah. And the attention of the plant is going to be to getting longer, which we want because we want this to go over, up and over.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to keep doing that.
Keep getting these stems.
These side.
Not the suckers.
Yep. So now I've kind of cleaned up the bottom of this one. I'm going to do a little bit more, and I'm trying to clean it up enough so that it can reach over to the trellis so I can tie it up with the other side.
Okay.
Now again, see, we have the same thing here. This is kind of a branch off.
Okay.
So this is going to put attention to both sides. You could cut this whole thing,
okay,
but it is starting to flower. So that's when you always have this like, I don't know what to do, you know? So it's up to you. What's your choice?
My choice is to...
You can leave it if you want, and it'll go wider here. Or if we cut it, it'll put all this attention to this one.
Going more up this way? Okay, let's cut it.
All right, so we'll see how it goes.
And I'm going to put this sucker in water.
Okay, so I'm going to trim this back a little bit. This is an extra. Trim those. And
so you can see she's like, I mean,
it's a
don't
lot.
be afraid to take off a lot of your stems.
And then the trick is when you're trellising, these are very tender vines. So I have accidentally broken a vine before.
Okay.
When you're trellising it, it's not like a woody vine where it can handle the bend.
No.
So it's not going to bend easily, so you have to just kind of gently pull it there. Yeah, very gently. Because sometimes I've ended up crying about it.
I know. Oh,
like
tragedy. Tragedy.
So even here, like, I'm going to prune this back.
Okay.
And you could even do this one too.
Okay. Okay, but our sucker we're going to leave because this is going to grow more tomatoes.
And then I'm probably going to attach this back too.
Okay.
If you want to keep it, I think it's fine to keep it.
Let's keep that one.
Pull that branch off. And I'm going to get some more twine.
So Nicole, is there, the leaves, they do protect some from the sun, but it's fine that we're getting the sun right now.
Yeah, you do want to always keep, I try to make a general rule to never prune more than 1/3 of the plant at a time over a week to 2 week period.
Okay.
So even though we've pruned a lot, if you compare this to the volume of this plant mass, it's less.
She's okay.
Yeah, it's less than 1/3, right?
That's right. A lot more.
We still have a good 2/3, and you could even prune over there too. But this is healthy. Like, you want this fruit to have sunlight and airflow. But you definitely need the leaves because that's what photosynthesizes and feeds, turns sunlight into food. But yeah, I think there's different ways to do it. So look at these. See how these are new? Mm-hmm. This is like a sucker.
Okay.
So at this point, this low in the plant, this is when, generally you want to decide you might want to get rid of that so that more of the attention is going to go up.
Because my goal, Nicole, is for the tomatoes to meet in the middle.
Right. So we're already at April. So
you've got a lot of growth still.
You want to speed this up going high versus out.
Yeah. Not as wide.
Yes.
Want it to grow taller.
So we're going to take the rest of these and get them attached. And the nice thing is once you have a few of these branches attached, if you don't want to bend it too much. But if you're really gentle with it, you can kind of tuck it in, and then I don't even have to tie it.
Got it.
But that directs the growth back up. And then we'll come on this side.
So much better.
It's cleaner.
This is just going to go crazy now.
Yeah, so now we have all these branches that are going to head up. And then we can actually come and do it on that side too, believe it or not.
Okay,
Ready?
let's do it.
It's hard. It's hard work, but you can do it. Right.
Tomato trellising. So, Nicole, how many inches should I prune off here at the bottom area?
Yeah, so I usually start pruning once I get the first set of flowers. I try to prune everything under it.
Okay.
So you've already got, you can tell this is where that first set of flowers was. So you can prune under that, and then as this finishes up, this will be the first to ripen. Once that finishes, you can basically keep this whole 1 foot to 18 inches.
18 inches?
Yeah,
Okay.
clean.
So this is going to be totally clean, and then we're going to let it really go straight up and a little wider.
Yeah.
But we're going to really prune heavily 12 to 18 inches.
Right.
Okay.
All your new growth, you want it to be at the top
Okay.
rather than down here at the base for this, like in order to get it vined. That doesn't always have to be the case, but for this style of growing, you want we want all this energy to be at the terminal root, the terminal node of the plant, rather than on the sides.
Okay.
So grab a piece of twine and we can tie this.
Tie it up. Is that big enough?
Yeah. So, yeah, we're getting a little heavy here. And the way she's putting it right underneath the Y, that's really where you want it, because then that'll hold it there. Nice. So we've almost cleaned up all this. The good part about this too is it gets all your foliage off the ground.
Oh,
Which previously,
so much better.
These leaves were on the soil, which gives like just a little bridge for caterpillars and hornworms to come straight up. Whereas now it's so much cleaner. So you'll get airflow here. You'll get more water to the soil and the roots.
So would this be a way that you could prevent getting the yellow leaves and the blight?
Yes, and pests.
And
so
pests.
It's just a good disease. It's a good preventer for all of that. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
Eventually it's going to happen.
It just means
happens to them all.
It just means you took a step in prevention.
Okay. And it looks good.
I think so. I mean, it's less full now at the bottom, but give it a week or two and you're going to see a lot more vertical growth. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so now you get to do that one.
Okay. I'm up for it.
She's got that one.
I can do it. Okay.
Kind of, this is my,
Kind of fun.
yeah, it's like a therapy session. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a hairstylist, so it kind of lets me feel.
So this one is pretty low to the ground. It does have flowers on it. Would you take this piece?
I would try to save it if I could
Okay.
and cut these little, like, leaves. No, that was just
Okay. That one. And save that. Good haircut.
Right, so we have almost, I think we basically now, besides this little thing, everything in this tomato is going to go up.
Okay. Okay, this is a really big branch.
Yeah, that's a good one to
Okay.
keep.
Keep those two?
I think so.
Okay. Cut.
Like, so that's good now. Yep.
Yeah, that's a leaf here. That's one.
Yeah.
That one here.
There you go. This one.
How about that right there?
Yeah.
It's looking better.
Yes.
A few more here. And maybe this guy.
Then I'll start helping you tie.
Take
So what would be fun is to leave one as is,
Okay.
if you wanted to, and
Like
test
leave-
it.
Like leave one of my tomato
You could
plants
pick one to not do this method with.
and see what happens.
See what happens. Because you have a lot. So it'd kind of be fun to experiment with, right? Like, okay, which one did I get more tomatoes from, you know? I don't know. I think that'd be cool.
Oh, I love an experiment. I can already tell the airflow is going to be better. I'm going to go ahead and start pinning these up. Teamwork.
Extreme work. Okay, we got some trellis.
Now,
Yes, put this here.
put it on here.
If you can reach it, I would.
Yeah, it's fine.
Here, I have some twine. This one?
Yeah. Right under the line here. Got this guy too.
Right, so sit. Put that
He
here.
could- he's about to reach the middle one,
Okay.
but not quite.
Yeah, let's
So
put
is
it
it
on
okay
this.
to?
Yeah.
Do you ever pin them next to?
Oh, to get each other? Yeah.
Yeah. You could just pin it to this guy.
Did I get it? I don't know if I'm low enough on this.
Yeah. Or we could pin these two together.
Is it grabbing it? Great. It's on.
It's on there.
Nice.
Look at all these tomatoes. Can't wait. Salsa time.
All right, we did it. How long did that take? 10 minutes?
Not long.
So you do that every weekend?
Every weekend.
Lot
Once a week.
less. A lot less than what we just did. But
So are these bothering you or no?
I think I'll keep those because we took a lot, obviously.
Okay, but it is going to go. So would now be a good time to fertilize?
Yes, water and fertilizer.
So I'll do a good fish emulsion.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a bee. And really water it in tonight. Do some fertilizer, and it's going to grow vertically.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Nicole.
Thank you. This is fun. Here come the tomatoes. You're only about 3 months ahead of me in Chicago.